Hello, ghouls and goblins and chunkers alike. Welcome to the first real episode of the Chunker Podcast.
Yes. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome unless you're Godman, of course. You are not welcome here.
We hate you.
We hate you so much. You killed our baby.
We claim ownership of Chunker.
Yeah. Lil Trunky. You killed him.
He had such a life to live, but you cut it short.
You know,
I
I think in the monster world, a Trunker is like The Rock.
Yep, and you killed the Rock.
You killed Dwayne the Trunker Johnson. Speaking of Dwayne, I saw Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Black Adam. I have a lot of thoughts about Black Adam, and I've been keeping them reserved for a while now. But it is finally time for me to let loose about Black Adam. Black Adam was the first half was good. The first half, I really liked the first half of Black Adam. The second half of Black Adam, oh my god, that sucked. Black Adam's second half was horrid. It was horrid.
And you said it was. You said it wasn't just the movie; it was the theater too, right?
The theater experience definitely probably played into how I felt watching Black Adam, because for some reason, you know, the ads, everything, Black Adam, #1 movie in the world, and I don't know.
It got its own Roblox experience.
Exactly, but is it really that big of a movie? Because for some reason, my theater stuck us in one of the smallest theaters. Every single time I go to that theater, and I go to that theater to watch pretty much every movie, it's Theater 6, which is all the way in the back, and that is the biggest theater. They play all the big blockbusters in there, like Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah, it's where they put all the big blockbusters. I've always watched the movies there, like all the Marvel ones. I saw the Batman, all that stuff. But Black Adam is in one of the small ones, and I was pretty disappointed right off the bat because the screen is a lot smaller. I'm like, okay, that's a bummer. And then the audio was super quiet. And I went to this movie.
You told me about that.
Pretty much to hear the theme song.
Because the theme song, guys, goes insanely hard.
It is such a banger. That's why I put it in my Halloween video.
Yep. I asked him to do that, by the way. That was my idea.
That was your idea. And it was a fantastic idea. Because that song is so good.
Such a banger.
The theater was so quiet I could hardly hear the music. I was there just to feel it, and I could hardly hear it. I needed like one of those big cartoon horns they hold up to their ear for like old deaf people. I wish I had that.
Were the people in the theater okay?
No. Well, pretty much everyone there was fine. There was this little kid next to me who the whole time I'm like, that's Carlitos right there.
What?
That's David's brother.
Oh.
Yeah, and he would... It's funny. He would laugh at all the unfunny jokes.
But then the second an unfunny, a funny joke?
Yeah, the second a funny joke happens that I'm laughing at, he's silent. It's like the jokes he laughs at, like were hardly even jokes.
Give an example. Like, what did he laugh at, and then what did you laugh at?
I don't know. He laughed at like Adam Smasher with his KFC, and then I don't remember what I laughed at because I don't know. It wasn't that memorable of a joke, but that's what he was laughing at. But like an actual calculated joke with build up that makes sense. He's not laughing at.
Calculated joke. That's some young Sheldon stuff right there. I'm going to calculate this joke.
Shut up, bruh.
Sir, yes, sir. Hoorah.
And there was these two old people in front of me. Like an old couple. 60-year-old man and woman.
They love The Rock.
Yeah. No, they didn't love The Rock because they left halfway through.
What?
They left halfway through, and I was honestly glad because they were the main thing ruining my experience besides this crappy theater.
What were they doing?
They were vaping. They were vaping. These old people were sitting there vaping.
Grandma was taking a puff?
Grandma was taking a puff. She was blowing her fruity cloud right in my face. It was obnoxious. I was like breathing it in.
I bet her name was Esther, dude.
Yeah, she looked like an Esther.
Clark and Esther.
This old redhead lady.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Blowing.
The whole time I thought you were talking about like this old, like really old woman with white curly hair and like
no, like a 60-year-old redhead.
No, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking like
just like slouched in her chair, laying like, there.
Oh, can you go, Sonny? Can you go grab me my vape?
She was on her phone the whole time, and that bright light was glaring in my face.
She stole it from her grandson.
Yeah, she would have. And then, yeah, they left halfway through. Which I'm like, they didn't even get to the crappy part of the movie. Like, point...
Maybe they already saw it, and they said, you know, this first half is so good, let's go watch the first half again, and then leave when the...
Yeah, they just went into the next theater over. That was just starting right then. I wouldn't have blamed them. But, yeah. But they didn't leave, like... once the bad part started, because there is a point in the movie where it's just all of a sudden very, very blatantly awful, just like that. It's the snap of a finger when the movie turns bad. As soon as the guy becomes the Demon King, the second he goes into the underworld and they show that's when the movie gets awful. It looked like the scene reminded me so much of the scene from Stranger Things. This is spoilers for Stranger Things, but you should know.
Yeah, okay, but not... Spoilers for Stranger Things, but not for Black Adam.
Yeah, well, spoilers for both. Yeah, the scene when the one guy is, like, going into the upside down, you remember that? Number 1. Yeah. And they show him, like, getting deformed.
Yeah.
And it's, like, very, very CGI, camera spinning around him awkwardly. It reminded me a lot of that. And there's all these, like, demon voices coming out of nowhere. And it's, like, these saying nonsense. Saying, like, vague, evil stuff. It's like, okay. But the build-up to him being the demon thing, like, actually...
Is he an established character that gets put through that?
The guy who becomes the Demon King?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the movie is... The first half of the movie is pretty much keeping the demon crown away from this guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I heard about that.
And he dies. And they're like... There's inscription on the crown that says stuff about... It's like... Life is the only path to death or something like that. And like, oh, that's dumb. But he says right before he dies, death is the only path to life. And then, like, after he's dead a little bit, they realize, wait a minute. It's like the language is backwards. You have to turn it upside down to read it or something. And then that's where they get the death is the only path to life. Like, oh, shoot. And that's when they reveal that he has become the Demon King. Which, it was a... I guess the build up to that was good. But the second he becomes the Demon King, it sucks. Like, it's just this very generic looking demon that just bubbles out of the water and then goes to sit on a throne as he shoots a sky beam out of his chest, of course, and summons a soulless skeleton army instead of that this awful little kid character that I hate leads the citizens to fight against. Instead of, maybe the terrorist organization that runs the city that the whole rest of the movie was about, hey, maybe they should have been fighting them at the end.
Or maybe the gang that takes over the city sees that the skeletons are more of a threat.
Some old fat guy was waving a thing around taking them out. They're not a threat.
Never mind. My bad.
Fat uncle waving his whatever stick around, knocking them out. They were not a threat. The little kid was taking them out, and he was all like, "Come on, everyone, let's go get them."
What was he taking him out with? Was he just like?
I don't
were they
remember.
punching?
I think they had like some pipe picked off the ground or something. I don't know. Oh, but
Black Adam, everyone.
and let me compare something from the first half that explains why the very reason the first half is better than the second half. It is summed up perfectly, and how different of a movie the second half feels. In the first half, the pretty much the first fight scene with Black Adam is he's awakened, and he breaks out of the cave he's in after killing a few inner gang members.
Mm-hmm.
And there's these two helicopters there. He destroys them, and then all of a sudden, like, time slows down, like a Flash situation.
Yeah.
We've all seen it done with the Flash, but The Rock, he has all the superpowers. So he's like Superman and the Flash and Shazam. He even says Shazam to transform.
Did he actually?
Yeah, that's what he says to
That's kinda-
transform.
That's cool because the dude who gave Shazam the powers gave him the power. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So
How many? Does he say it often?
yeah, there's a whole point in the movie where he like the Justice whatevers, they're trying to get him to say Shazam to de-transform.
It was like, say Shazam, and he's like, no.
I don't wanna. So time slows down, and he starts just doing all this stuff in slowed down time. He fires lightning out of his hands at these soldiers, and it just slowly chains from each person to person, and it is sick. Paint It Black, the song, is playing over this scene.
The Rolling Stones, right?
I don't know. Paint It Black is playing. Oh my god. And he does the lightning thing. He like sticks a grenade in someone's mouth. He like
What?
Yeah.
Did
He actually
they
does.
show like him like the bloody explosion?
Well, what ends up happening is the guy takes it out of his mouth and he's like, "Ah," and it blows up. But he like hits a helicopter like into people. It's all this
putting it in his
crazy
mouth?
stuff. It's awesome. And then time like goes back to normal and it shows like each thing happening like in real time. And it was awesome.
So what was the point of putting it in his mouth if he was just gonna take it out?
Cuz it's PG-13, they can't show that.
Well, then just like
But it's cooler putting it in his mouth.
have some dude throw the grenade,
It's
Black
it's
Adam
cooler putting it
grabs
in his mouth.
and then he puts it in another dude's hand.
No.
That's what would have done. I mean, he still blows
It's
up.
it's cool in the movie. Just watch it. And then in the second half, instead of, time slowing down for Black Adam cuz he's super speed, in the second half they just have a bunch of slow motion shots. Like even when he's not transformed and he's just the normal dude running, it's slow motion. It's directed like a Bollywood movie. It feels completely different
Oh.
than the first half. It was so weird how it felt like a different director was directing the second half of the movie. The action was worse. It was so peculiar.
So like you're telling me it went from like Taguchi to like Takase?
Yeah. It's well,
Oh my god.
I'd say
Take off your shirt.
not as good as Taguchi. I
So maybe like Jide Sakamoto.
yeah.
Okay.
Jide Sakamoto to Trigger Sakamoto. It was weird. So I can't see myself rating the movie any more than like a 5 or 6 out of 10 because half the movie sucked.
So you'd say it's mid, right?
It is mid. Black Adam is mid.
So you agree with the you agree with the general public? That's what everybody else is saying.
Yeah, and I was really surprised that I was, because all these YouTubers that I like respect and stuff and watch all the time, they're like, Black Adam, it was okay. Black Adam, it was kind of okay. I hate YouTuber titles that are like that, but that was all the things, and I'm like, oh, come on, it's not that bad. You guys are looking at it too deep. Black Adam, it's definitely a great movie. You guys are dumb. And then I went and saw it, and I pretty much liked it less than they did.
You're like, oh, never mind.
I was like, yeah, my bad. I take that back. Whoopsie daisies.
Whoopsie doodles.
Yeah, I think I legitimately liked it less than they did while I was like whining about them not liking it at all before I saw it. So that's Black Adam. That's all I gotta say about it. That was interesting. And you know what else I watched? Yesterday, I
What did you
watched
watch yesterday?
Scream.
The original.
Yep, for Halloween.
Cool, 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 cool.
You've seen Scream?
I have. It's a
What do you
good
think of
movie.
it?
It's a good movie.
It was definitely a good movie. I haven't seen a lot of like, I guess you would say more the modern, like bigger, more well-known horror movies. I've seen a lot of like older, like cult stuff, like Brandon Tennant, like what he talks
Like
about,
like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
like Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
Like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's more the kind of thing I watch. But this was definitely a good one to
Yeah.
see. It's it was legitimately just a good movie. Like the whole way it sets it
Did you
up and
finish
like subverts your expectations with
Did you
like
finish the whole thing?
yeah, I saw the whole thing.
Okay.
But the way it like
What do you
subverts your expectations with the one girl getting killed.
What do you think of What do you think of the twist at the end?
The twist at the end, I feel like I should have like known about that. As
They do a
in,
really good job of hiding it. They do a really good job of it being unexpected, and then
yeah.
they also
Well, I feel like I would have heard of it before too, like some famous movie twist. But no, I had no idea that there was two people
yeah.
and that it was them, especially the Shaggy.
Yeah, Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Shaggy. It's so funny watching that and then imagining that as Shaggy.
I mean, the character was really goofy, so it definitely makes sense.
It's easy to imagine because one of them is like more like the Stu, and then Billy. Billy I think is more precise, and then Stu is more bumbling. He's kind of just along for the ride.
Well, like,
I think because people always like Ghostface is shown multiple times to be kind of stupid
is he?
or incompetent.
Well,
Like
I guess like,
the
yeah,
scene in the garage. Did you watch that part?
I saw the whole thing.
Yeah, the I can imagine that. That's Stu.
In the garage, you said?
And like the scenes where Ghostface is more incompetent.
Yeah,
Because
like when he
Stu,
got hit by the fridge and all that.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
apparently
Ghostface-
they I was watching it. One of the people I was watching it with, they're like a big fan of the Scream franchise. Like they're obsessed with it. Kind of like
oh,
me with a little guy named Godzilla.
yeah.
Not to the point of toys, but they were like pointing out all this stuff, like like they hold their knives differently, stuff like that. I forget who holds their knife like what, but apparently you could tell the difference between which is which based off how they hold their knife.
I did not know that part.
Yeah.
Scream is probably the one that I like Scream a lot, but it's probably the horror franchise that I consistently find myself coming back to the least.
You're a big Chucky fan, aren't you?
Chucky, the child's, because those in my opinion, I think those have like the most common good output of every horror franchise. There was only one really like bad movie, that being Steve of Chucky. Yeah, that and then like the Halloween franchise. I really like the Halloween franchise,
No,
even though it has some really bad movies in there.
I never did end up watching any of the Halloween
You
movies.
should.
I
Uh,
know.
if you were to get my recommendations, first two, and then the 2018 requel.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though
Why don't we watch the Rob Zombie ones?
no
I love Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie monsters.
monsters, monsters, Rob Zombie monsters.
Did that movie come out?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. No,
Oh.
I don't think anybody liked it.
Let me. I gotta look at the reviews of this. Rob Zombie monsters. It's got 4.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 57% on Metacritic. Honestly, those are higher ratings than I expected.
It's a weird movie. I'm not gonna lie.
You could just tell from the trailer that it is the worst thing ever made.
And Rob Zombie makes some real weird movies.
Yeah. He makes his main thing is music though, right?
Yeah.
He should probably just stick to that. I haven't really heard any of his movies.
He's made good movies.
What movies has he made? Because I
He's
haven't really
made-
ever heard anything too good from him.
He's made the Firefly trilogy, which I doubt you would have heard of that.
Yeah, I definitely haven't.
It's a trilogy. Uh
About
House of a
Fireflies?
Thousand Corpses. No, that's the last name of the main characters. It's uh House of a Thousand Corpses.
House? 1977 by Toho?
Shut up. House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and then Three from Hell.
Okay.
Which House of a Thousand Corpses is good. Devil Rejects is good. Three from Hell is all right. It's not very good. Both his Halloween movies suck. First one's a little better than the second one.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's about all the good stuff. Oh wait, he worked on Slither. Slither's good.
Slither.io.
No,
Oh.
no. What? Slither's directed by James Gunn. Who
Rob
is
Zombie just be taking all the credit.
a much better. What was he? Oh, he played a character in that movie. That's why.
Mm.
Dr. Carl.
Dr. Carl.
Yeah, but James Gunn is a good director. Rob Zombie, kind of.
James Gunn like Godzilla, so he better.
He made The Suicide Squad, which is good movie, really good movie.
Mm-hmm. He should have put Godzilla in it though. Pretty L move.
James Gunn for the next MonsterVerse movie. That would be cool, but it would be so incredibly different from every other MonsterVerse movie.
I mean, yeah. It depends how he does it though. Would he like change
He
the
would have
style, or would he just
they
do
would
his
not
thing?
they would not make it they would not make it you know what I would like to see?
What?
A James Gunn Ultraman film.
Yeah.
Just like nothing. It's not connected to anything. It's just his own stylistic take. And I don't care if it's different. I think he would do great. I think he would do really good.
Mm-hmm. Ultraman versus Godzilla. That would be really cool.
But he's definitely gonna be doing a lot more DC stuff now, which is good because he's the head
Yeah.
owner.
Yay.
Yay!
Man, you know, life is better when Ultraman fans are in charge of things. Isn't that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We should have an Ultraman fan as the president of the United States. And he goes to the inauguration in an Ultraman suit.
That's something David would do.
Oh no.
David pulls up to the inauguration in the Ultraman Leo shirt.
No, he wouldn't be. No one would vote for him. What are you talking about? He'd go to the debates like that and he'd get
No,
tomatoes thrown at him. Speaking of dressing up like Ultraman, what did you do for Halloween?
I hung out in my neighborhood. I didn't go to any parties because. Imagine going to a party, like for real.
You're a good Christian boy. I was an M&M.
You were an Eminem. You didn't even tell me. That was so last minute that you didn't even tell me.
I am so mad at myself because we don't have any pictures of it. There's no pictures of
just
me
a
as an
shirt?
M&M.
What was it? Was it just a shirt?
No, it's an actual costume. I'll try and put one on screen right now for the watchers. It's the red M&M. And
Okay.
we've had that thing for like 15 years and the package was unopened. I'm like, this is perfect. It's my calling to be an M&M.
Was it like your dad's or something? Or?
Yeah. I think he just, he bought it to be like a funny dad. But he never was a funny dad.
I was Walter White
Yep.
because Breaking Bad is really funny, and
Yeah,
my mom was
you
very
went the
against-
typical teenage boy route. Just as Walter White.
my mom was very against me being Walter White,
Why?
and because he's a drug dealer. He's not. And then I kept telling her, "Mom, he's not the drug dealer. He cooks it."
Yeah, that'll make it so much better.
But
Mom,
ultimately
meth isn't that bad.
and it ultimately turned out in my favor because every adult thought my costume was awesome. I was also confused for an adult man, which made it very awkward when I started lurking around all the children.
Yeah, they're like, sir, stop watching the.
They're like,
stop,
"Who are you?
Get away
Who
from
are-
those kids."
Who's the new neighbor? Yeah. And the kids kept asking who I was. And I'm like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, because I can't tell them I'm Walter White. Because I can't tell them.
Just say you're Walter White. Everyone's heard of Walter White at this point.
I told, like, there was this one, like, little 4-year-old girl. And she's like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "A very bad man." And she's like, "Does he smoke?" And he's like, "He has before." And I'm like, because I want to,
he
like,
smokes all right. A lot of crystal meth. But
yeah. Because I gotta be a good role model.
You know what you should have done? You were giving away candy. You should have had strictly blue candy.
The only blue candy we had was blue Airheads. It was all king size chocolate bars.
Yeah, but you should have given away. You should have bought strictly blue candy and given it away.
Because I wasn't actually supposed to give it out. I kind of just ended early and decided, I think I'm just gonna go give it out.
Oh.
And then me and my friends came back to my house and we watched the original Halloween.
Halloween?
Halloween.
Oh my god.
It was a good movie. I don't feel like we're not reviewing it though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so we can't talk about it. Well, I mean, I talked about Black Adam.
And I mean, I know stuff about Black Adam though.
Yeah. So, speaking of Halloween, my Halloween special.
Thanks, Toho. I hate you, Toho.
Oh, for
Took my
yours?
video down.
Yeah, yours is taken down.
Yeah. It was a Matango review.
That's an L.
Shut up.
No, the Toho thing, not
Oh,
not that you reviewed Matango.
like it's not even like a new thing that they did.
Well,
Which makes me
it's
worried
Toho
because-
though. It's Toho. You can't use their stuff. They're evil.
Which makes me worried because I'm reacting to the short battle for Godzilla.
No, you
Guy.
just gotta make it a small, like a.
I guess
It's
I
a
get, yeah.
smaller fraction of the screen. You just gotta make
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, that's okay.
That's
Yeah,
how
I can
you
do
get
that.
around the detectors.
Yeah, that's what a reaction is. That's okay. We're good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just put it in the corner and make it mostly your big ugly face. I mean, your big handsome face.
You did not have. I was saying that.
Yeah. So the Halloween video that I did, it is performing great for absolutely no reason.
The funny thing is, I told him he was gonna upload it on Sunday night. And I'm like, no, just upload it on Halloween. He's like, no, people are too busy. Nobody's gonna watch it. Would you look at that?
That's usually how it works, though. Like, I uploaded last year's Halloween special on Christmas. Yeah. And nobody watched it because it's Christmas. It matters a lot when you upload it, but I guess by a stroke of luck, people are watching it on Halloween. And it's 1 out of 10. By 36 views is the difference. That's a lot, all things considered. And it's the Godzilla versus Mothra short battle, which got like 2,000 views. So if this Halloween video gets 2,000 views, I'm gonna be a little iffy about that, because I did not make it for that kind of audience. It was a lot of lore in this one.
Yeah,
With Kengo.
I'm in that video.
You are-
Watashi wa Manaka Kengo.
Kengo! Where is he? Yeah, I step on his face. I squish him. Squish his brains out.
Yeah. And I said he should do it practically, and he was like, no, I don't wanna.
Not that I didn't want to. I couldn't. You said, oh, just grab your rotten watermelon.
No, I also recommended a bag of water and then food coloring or paint.
See, that would not look as good. If I
You
wanted to
wouldn't-
like step on his face, I want like a full model that I'm like squishing and his eyes are popping out and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
You want to like cartoony, or you want to like very like really extra gory?
Both. It's Kengo.
It's
It
like
can
Godzilla.
look ridiculous.
It looked ridiculous even before you squished him.
Well, yeah.
Get it? Cause Kengo.
Cause Kengo.
And smile.
But yeah.
Or like frown, frown. Oh.
Wow, good job. That was really good. You switched the word. So it was
gonna
like
get
the opposite. But in that video, I'm like running around for the part where I'm filming like a YouTuber ghost hunting like spoof, and I'm just running around this area. It's got all these crazy like junk machines and cars and trucks in the woods. It was crazy. I was on vacation in Pennsylvania, like in a vineyard area. I say in the video that I'm in a vineyard. And it's a vineyard area. And the place we're staying, there's like all these trucks and cars and machines like in the woods behind it. So I was filming it there. There was a school bus. You know, stuff is creepy when you're finding a school bus in the woods.
Who parked it there?
I don't know.
That's not where you park.
Yeah. I don't think there's a school back there, guys.
Somebody's not doing their job right.
Nope. But those things have been there since like the 80s or something because they were full trees like growing around it. There's no way those have gotten there recently.
Not cool. If you like lived back there, you can like clean the inside of that out, and you can make it like into a little.
It's probably too far gone. I bet the whole bottom is rusted away.
You think?
Probably.
How was it big? Was it like a big?
No, it was a
like,
pretty small school bus.
Oh.
It was like one of the smaller ones. And there was a crane back there. There's a lot of like big machinery that I couldn't put in the video because like my flashlight didn't reach it because it was too tall. There was a crane. There was tons of tractors. And there was that one platform that I get on in the video. I don't even know what the thing I got on was, but I was up there.
That probably wasn't safe or smart.
No, I was wobbling like crazy. I was like 10 feet in the air.
Why would you? How long did you stay on it for? You just get on, get off, or
I was up there for like 2 minutes.
what if you fell and died?
I would have recorded it, and it would have been cool.
But like, who would have been out there to like? How would your parents be like, Hayden? Our son's gone.
Our son's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, I think it was like some woods murderer, some guy lurking back there. My dad was with me. He was like, kind of guiding me around.
Oh, okay.
Padre. He was kind of looking at the junk too. That's what he was doing. I was just like, well, you have to kind of picture me though, just following my dad around with a flashlight in my face. What's going on, guys? It's your boy.
What did he think of that? What did he?
He's numb to it at this point. My whole family is. Everyone is. And they're just
The practical fight was cool.
I was pretty happy with how that turned out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Black Adam theme.
Yep, which was my idea. You can thank me for that.
That was your idea. The lighting was really good. I'm really happy with how that looked.
Great.
It's like the only problem with I hate when I film in the dark and there's all the grain on the footage because of the dark.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way around that, but
'cause we both have the same camera.
yeah. There's no way around it, but I mean, it still looked cool.
Oh yeah.
Before I put the red sheet, I cover my blue screen with a red sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and have a behind the scenes video on there.
How much did you film of that? Did you get a lot of good behind the scenes stuff?
I got a lot of good setting it up, and I tried to film a lot, like, while doing it. There's not a lot of footage while doing it, but I could probably take, like, me actually filming it and just show more raw footage of that instead of how it was, like, edited. And you can hear me making the sound effects for the beams.
I do that too.
It helps.
Helps.
It's
Yeah. It helps get like a time when you're editing. It like,
well, it helps when you're, to me, like, just recording it so I get all the beats right.
Yeah.
Like, this is when the camera stops because this is when the beam will be fired, like that kind of thing. Or this is when the trees will shake because this is when he stomps. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
What?
That the Dark Trigger.
Yeah?
Trigger Dark, my bad.
You fake fan.
Shut up. Yeah, I am. I'm not a fan of
Yeah.
Trigger. That was a 500 series, right?
Yeah.
That scaled up with the Geigen? Or
Yeah, it was actually he was shorter. He wasn't the same height, obviously, but he worked pretty well with Geigen.
speaking of figures,
Speaking of figures,
oh boy, we got some
there are so many reveals
big-
out
Oh
of
yeah.
nowhere. Let's start off. You want to start off? Let's go in order of like how it happened.
Okay.
First off is
Okay.
Regulos, the figure as
Um,
Regulos.
okay.
The thing with the Regulos, I'm gonna see if I can find a picture to show you. He is significantly a brighter red than Leo and Astra.
It doesn't really look. The first time I saw it, I thought it was one of those statues. Like they made the statues of Tiga Diana Gaia.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like the let me find the picture. It looked like
The Luminous, Ultimate Luminous.
the
Oh, the Bam Presto, Bam Presto.
yeah, looked like the brand. It looked like Van Presto to me. Like that picture that I just sent in chat. You can put it on screen.
For yeah, for people watching the podcast, we'll have it on screen.
That I thought it looked like a Van Presto.
Yeah, I see that. And then, the only like noticeable joint is the one in the
Yeah,
waist.
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a good thing. It shows like good joint coverage. But yeah, he's significantly brighter than Leo and Astra.
Is he? I don't remember. Is he like that? He's not like that in.
I'm pretty sure he is not. I'll find a picture for comparison. I don't remember him being brighter.
I don't really. That's another thing. I don't. I don't care enough about Regulos to really be excited about this figure. Like it looks good. I won't be buying it on the first day.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe eventually if I
he
get
should be the same color as him. Yeah,
like
I wouldn't
yeah.
buy it. I definitely wait to buy it, but I don't know. He's cool.
It's
It looks like a good figure.
it's a good design too, which is not this isn't figure related, but I like Regulos's design.
Yeah, Regulus looks really cool. I think the one where he doesn't have like the dragon and tiger on his arms, that looks a lot lamer.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily a fan of that, but like his current design right now, I really like.
It's almost like he's got like tattoos.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what they are.
Yeah.
It just gives extra flair to him that I really appreciate.
Yeah. It's cool.
I want to see more with him, but I want to see him be like a normal Ultraman and not just exclusive to these Ultra
Yeah.
fights.
I wish he got a show, like a good show. A show that like a normal show that looks like the shows that we're getting. Not
Yeah, a show that isn't going to be just horrible.
Which I'm glad that they're trying something different with those like 4 mentors. Those
Yeah,
look
did
cool.
you see the alien magmas that got
I
revealed?
did. I did see that. It's kind
Yeah.
of like the I don't know why I got vibes of like the uh Spectre siblings. I don't
Oh,
know why.
the Gua.
Yeah, Gua, Judah.
Yeah, I see that
know.
because it's 2 guys and a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, alien magmas. There used to be like a trio of alien magmas from Andromelos,
Which was
which
which
is
I'm
where the
sure they're
Guas
gonna
came from.
they connect that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just like
It's something different, which I'm glad is happening.
hopefully the show is nothing like Ultra Galaxy Fight 3 though.
Oh yeah. Do you know who's directing it?
Sakamoto.
Oh, well, come on.
Of course it's Sakamoto.
They pay him the least, and he doesn't care. He just keeps coming back.
He's definitely the
Cause
cheapest.
Because it's the
Dire.
only work that he can. It's the only work that he can get.
Yeah, he turned down work at his father's factory for this.
Yep. He literally just was like, "I'll show you, Dad. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be just like you. I'm gonna be a movie director someday." And he's like,
Okay.
"Okay, man. All right."
I'm I'm surprised Takase isn't cheaper.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well,
If
he has to be like the next cheapest one, cause he is directing everything else that Sakamoto isn't. Like he
how
directed
many
6 episodes of Trigger, and then the movie.
Takase directed the movie, the Trigger movie?
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did he?
That's why it was so bad. But yeah, it's Sakamoto and Takase are obviously like the cheapest, and it shows in their work.
If their work reflected their pay, Taguchi would be like $20 million.
Yeah, Taguchi's definitely the most expensive. It's probably why he's like the most rare one.
Takase's
Showing it.
like $1.
Yeah.
Takase's
Takase and
like,
Sakamoto are just like
he's like 2 cents,
pocket change.
2 pennies. I got some dryer lint right here.
Speaking of paying, more toys. There's the Shin
More
Ultraman
toys.
figures.
Oh yeah, the Mephiles is the only one that I'd consider purchasing, cause
The Mephiles and the A-type standard.
oh is that it? Oh the pose with the pose.
No, this one.
Oh oh I didn't see that one.
Yeah, those are the two I'm probably gonna get out of that group.
I actually do need. Oh, that's fake Ultraman. That's who that is.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Okay. I still need to get a Shin Ultraman figure. I wasn't gonna get one originally, but then I saw the movie. Great movie, by the way. We'll go into once Hayden watches that. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Um. Uh. Cause he wants to wait till it's in theaters, like a little.
Yeah, I will literally wait as long as it'll be. I don't care
Alright, man.
at this point.
I'm still watching it in theaters. I just, you know.
You know what?
Um.
Maybe if it doesn't get announced, I don't know.
Wait until next summer, and then if it doesn't get announced by next summer,
I don't know. I should probably just watch it at that point and then wait a while to rewatch it.
or you can watch it like really soon, and then by the time that you watch them, by the time it gets announced, you'll forget all about it.
Yeah,
And
that's
you're like,
pretty
"Oh,
much what I'm saying. Like, just
that's what I'm. That's what I'm gonna do.
yeah. I probably should just watch it now. You're right. I don't know when.
Um,
I'll picture. I'll find some like special day.
Um, I originally did not plan on getting a Shin Ultraman figure, but then I watched the movie and I'm like, I want a Shin Ultraman figure, so I gotta get one of those.
Yeah.
And I also want to get that Mephiles. I'm not the biggest fan of the Zera movie monster series.
I actually really like the Zerb.
The
The
back is-
figure, I don't know. The figure probably isn't like super worth it because
The
I'm
back-
not the biggest fan
back
of how they did the
bothers-
back.
Yeah, which I'm not blaming them. I don't know how else they would have done it.
Well, if
But-
they had like slightly caved in the back a little bit, and instead of like clearing it, just having the whole back be clear, I don't know. I think it would have looked better if it was just slightly caved in.
Yeah,
You know what
it's,
I mean?
it's all right with. It's the worst figure in the line by far.
Out of the Shin Ultraman ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But if I ever feel like it,
I think Mephiles, as of right now, Mephiles looks like the best one.
Mephiles is great. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm really looking forward to getting that.
He's also got he's got a simplistic design. So
I
it'll be
love
hard
the Mephiles design so much.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Besides, all the Shin Ultraman designs are fantastic. My favorite one might be the Zeton from Ultra Fight, like the recreation of the
Oh yeah.
the recreation of the original Ultraman vs Zeton battle with the Shin versions, and it's like the humanoid Shin Zeton. That's my favorite Zeton. That is my favorite Zeton. I love it so much.
Just the clear parts. I don't know, dude. That yeah, it's not my favorite Zeton, but it's up there.
For me, just something about it speaks to me.
It's also like such a cool thing. Just the fact that they did that.
Yeah, and having the one black and white shot, such a deep cut, and I love it.
Just watch all of the Shin Ultra fight.
Yeah, watch Shin Ultra
You
Fight. It's
listen
the
to
best
this?
thing ever made. Ever.
Yeah.
By anything. By
It
any
is.
creature.
Yeah. Um.
Speaking of the best things ever made, more toys. The Movie
more
Monster
toys.
series.
We love toys. We love toys.
Godzilla figures that got revealed. We've
Which,
got...
holy crap.
Did you see these?
Yeah, these came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Final Wars
Definitely getting-
Godzilla, Final Wars Hedorah, Final Wars Manda, Ebirah, Showa Baragon. It's
Hey, speaking of Baragon, guess what I got in the mail?
You got the Baragon figure of your
got-
dreams?
Okay. I love Baragon, and I've always wanted a Baragon figure. So imagine my surprise when I find the 2001 Baragon and the special edition Baragon for $60, which is literally maybe the best deal I could have ever found on it.
But
So, yeah,
about
Baragon.
these new Movie Monster series reveals,
Yeah,
which ones do you
Um,
think you'd buy?
Ebirah, of course, Ebirah.
Oh, obviously Ebirah.
Ebirah, Hedorah. Depends on how they do Manda. I don't know how they're gonna.
No, I'm definitely getting Manda. I think what I'd skip is the Godzilla, the Mecha Godzilla, and the Ghidorah, and I'd get everything
Yeah.
else. Because
Yeah.
these are like bombshell reveals right here.
Yeah,
I don't know where
Baragon-
I'm gonna get the money for all these.
so out of left field, which is also weird. They raised the price a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Imagine Baragon would have been. Baragon's more expensive than Mechagodzilla, which is. Baragon's more expensive than Mechagodzilla.
Why is
Godzilla,
Ebirah so
Ghidorah.
expensive? Why is the Ghidorah $40?
That's crazy to me. They gotta be like really good figures to be worth it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'll give them Ebirah. Ebirah's worth it because where else are we gonna get an Ebirah figure anytime soon? That's not Playmates, because Playmates has been churning out stuff,
Yeah, they've been doing some deep cuts recently.
which I'm happy about.
Yeah, it's
That's
just a
general
shame it's
knowledge.
Playmates and the figures suck.
Yeah. Some of them are all right. Some of them.
Some
are okay.
of them are all right. Yeah.
I don't think there's any good ones, but there are ones that are all right. I got Gorosaurus, which I think is probably their best one.
Yeah, I might as well just get their Gorosaurus at this point. I keep like holding off on the Bandai because I'm like, ooh,
The
$50. I don't want to do that.
Bandai's so much shorter.
Yeah. It's just I kind of don't really like the way the Playmates looks. I don't know. Maybe I just need to have it in person.
Not that bad. They're in person.
There's
You own any Playmates?
I have the Skullcrawler.
Okay. I have Burning Godzilla, Rodan 56, Gorosaurus. That's it. That's all I have. And Burning Godzilla's the worst one, but for $15.
I think
Yeah,
the Burning Godzilla looks absolutely horrid. Personally.
I know you do. I know, you told me.
There's also, back to Bandai, there's also the Gamera 2 from Legion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
which looks-
figure looks incredible.
Oh, dude. I thought that was with the knees. The knees look like they're joints.
Yeah,
That's cool.
knee, elbow joints. It looks gorgeous. The best Gamera with this gorgeous figure. I'm definitely
yeah.
picking it up because the other Gamera 2 figure, the old Bandai one, it's a great looking figure. It's just in a terrible pose. You can't really do anything with it.
Yeah.
This one being in a better pose.
I'm not picking it up personally because I have the 1995 one. It depends. I get what I need first. What I need is probably the Ebirah. Ebirah's one of
Yeah,
You don't know
Ebirah, that's a definite need. I need that Ebirah.
Maybe Abra or Hedora, because
L to all the
Hedora.
people who spent a crap ton of money on the YMSF. The Manda. I could finally fulfill my childhood dream of owning a Manda figure after buying some random Chinese bootleg on eBay and then throwing it away once I realized it wasn't actually Manda.
I made my own Manda out of clay, and it looks horrid.
The only Manda we have right now is the Singular Point one, and that's not even like a true Manda.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Ebra
just,
Manda.
yeah,
Is it 66 Ebra? Yeah, it is.
yeah.
Ah, that's a bummer. I wish it was the Final Wars one. The
I'll
Final
have to
Wars
stick with
Ebra is
Stick with the Final Wars theme.
sick. Honestly, I'm surprised that isn't the Final Wars Ebra. Because they had a whole Final Wars theme going.
Yeah, with Manda and Hedora and Godzilla.
That's actually kind of weird.
I mean, I don't really care.
I do. I'm sad now.
You'll live.
No, I
get
won't.
an
I
Ebra.
want Final Wars Ebra. We'll literally never, if we're not getting it now, we'll never get it. And it is so much, it's so cool, like, legitimately.
I do like the big like head fin, the spike.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm sad now. I don't get my shrimp. I got the wrong shrimp. But I think that wraps it up for toy reveals. There's the 5,000 Pagos.
Which I'm not buying because I don't feel like spending $100.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
don't need it. It's huge too.
How big is? Oh yeah, I saw the hand.
It's huge. If I
Yeah.
ever it looks so cool though. It looks really cool.
I mean, yeah, compared to the gray.
If I ever
500
just
gold.
were to find like a suitcase of a ton of money under my bed one day, I'd buy it. But like right now,
Can I have it back?
you put that there? No, you're not
I
getting
did.
that bag. But yeah, I wouldn't buy it unless I had like a ton of money and nothing to do with it. Yeah, I think that's enough toy talk. I think we covered all the toys.
Yeah, we did.
You got anything else to add to anything? This podcast,
No,
this
sir,
episode?
no. Hoorah.
No? Drop and give me 20 private.
Sir, yes, sir. Hoorah.
Yeah. So I think that wraps up our first true episode of the Trunker Pod.
We went through. We were gonna record this earlier in the week, but we never got to. So
Yeah, we're recording it day of
if we get this out tonight, we got it out tonight.
Trunker Tuesday.
Yep. Happy Trunker Tuesday, everyone.
Yes, happy Trunker Tuesday. And subscribe. Make sure you like the podcast on YouTube
Yep.
and subscribe.
And you subscribe to me, Some Naughty Spud.
And you subscribe to
follow my
me, Godzilla Productions
subscribe
TV.
to- Yep.
All right.
Bye, Trunkers.
Bye, Trunker fans.
Bye, Trunker fam.
See ya, Trunker fam.
Trunkers out.
Trunkers out.
Out.
Out.